Hello guys, my name is Sharmin and today in this video we will be looking at how we can set up a basic Express server using Node.js. So we won't be looking at any advanced topics over here. It is just the setting up of a very basic Express server. Okay, so without wasting time, let's see how we can do that. Okay, so here I have a blank VS Code screen. So we will start with opening our terminal, and here to start we can say npm init. Okay, and one more thing before starting is you will have to install node on your system. So node install you can write, and then you can download node from over here. Okay, and then if you have Windows, you can download it for Windows or Mac or anything that you have. So yeah, first get node downloaded on your system. Okay, and then the next step is set node or npm as your environment variable so that you can access it from anywhere, or else you will have to go migrate to the folder, and then you can run your node commands only over there if you don't set it as an environment variable. So yeah, with that said, just download node and then you will be good to go after you set it up as an environment variable. So yeah, the next step will be make a folder, open that folder in VS Code. Okay, and then we will start with our command, that is npm init. And to check if you have node already installed or not on your system, you can just use the command node -v, and if you see the version, then it means that you have node on your system. And if you don't see anything over there, or it says no such command found or something, that means you don't have node installed. So just go install, set it up as your environment variable, and you will be good to go. Okay, so yeah, now we will start with how setting up our basic Express server. So for that you will have to use the command npm init. Okay, so when you say npm init and you press enter, you get different options over here. So it asks you for the package name, that will be basic Express server, the same. Okay, it says that your name only contains URL friendly characters. Okay, so here we can for example write test, and then version you have the description. If you wish, you can write the description or leave it empty. Then the entry point, we have index.js, so just let it be what it is. Test command, we don't need. Git repository, if you have one, if you want to add it over there, then you can add it over here, or else leave it empty for now. Keywords, author, here I'll write my name, there you can mention your name, and yeah, license and everything, you are okay with it. Okay, now when you completed all this, you might have noticed that here we got a file created, that is package.json, right? When you click on the file, you will see whatever information we filled in the console, we get everything, right? So we get the name as test that we just mentioned above over here. We have the version, we have nothing in the description because we didn't mention anything. You can change things here as well. Main, you have index.js, and then you have the script over here which we will be using to run our app. We have the author and we have the license. Okay, so here let's set up a script to start our app. We say start, and we will say node app.js, because the name of our main file will be app.js, that will act as our server. Alright, now this was the first step. We got this package.json created. Now we need to make a JS file, that will be app.js. You can name it index.js as well. I mean, you can name it anything you wish to name, but these are the main conventions that are used by developers out there. We mostly use app.js or index.js as our main server file, right? So here the next thing to do is we need to install the required packages, right? So we say the required packages over here are Express, let's say the main package that we'll be using. So here, as it is getting installed, we can call that, require that package over here. We can say const express equal to require and then express. Alright, so we require the package that we called over here. now we call a variable named app and we will equal it to express, and here let's listen on the port and let's call an arrow function over here and let's log saying. Okay, and one more thing you might have noticed that when we downloaded our package that was required, that was express over here, right? We just downloaded npm install express here. Okay, when we downloaded this in the package.json, the first thing that you will notice is you have dependencies getting added, right? We didn't have dependencies before, right, when we didn't install express. So it shows dependency, and then we have the express and its version, and we got another file being created that is package lock.json. okay, so this gives the other additional information, everything that came with express. Okay, so this is our file, and then we got this folder created that is node modules, and in this we have all the different modules that we need. All this got installed when we installed our express. Okay, these are all the dependencies you will need to run your app, so that's the reason it downloaded all of them. Okay, so let me just close this so that we get more space and we can see things clearly on the screen. Okay, so we can say listening on port, and then here let's call our port over here, and let's give our port a value of 4000 for example. You can even run it on 3000, it's fine. And here let's say node. So what we had over here was we wrote a script, right? For the start we need node app.js. So here we can either write node app.js, okay, it will run. Can you see we get listening on port 3000 that we wrote over here, right? Or in place of this, because we have mentioned a start script over here, you can say npm start as well, it will work the same way. Alright, so can you see we get a listening on port 4000 over here, the same thing that we got above, right? So yeah, that is how you use it, and you press Ctrl and C on your keyboard to get out of your server, right, to like stop listening on your port. Alright, so this is how you set up your basic express server. Now you might have a question that how you can run it on your browser, right? And one more thing over here is when you use node and you make any changes, for example when we say npm start over here, okay, and let's write another lock statement and say hey over here, and we save it. Can you see there is no change happening over here, right? So to solve this problem, like when we say we want our server to refresh, okay, so to do that we use another package that is nodemon. So we will say let's install that package npm install nodemon. So it's getting installed. Over here what we can do is we can change this start script from node to nodemon app.js. Alright, and let's just close this. Okay, so it got downloaded, and now when you again run the start script and okay, let it run. Let's make some change over here again. We say listening on port and then the port number, and then we have the hey over there, and let's log, and let's say new over here, and we save. So can you see nodemon, it is restarting due to changes. As we made a change and we saved, when we just saved, it will restart automatically, right? So this really helps. So that's the reason many people prefer using nodemon. Okay, so this was how you use nodemon. And now the next thing over here is we got our basic server set up. Right now we also use a body parser to parse our data, which you will require when you make your app further. So I don't really believe in learning and remembering everything. You can just Google anytime you want. right? You have Google over there, so you can just say body parser, just say npm in the start. Okay, npm body parser, go to npm body parser, and here you will see how you can use it. So we can install it, and it's okay if we don't install it because it comes with express now already defined. So we say const body parser equal to require body parser, and then we go down over here to see how we can actually use it in our app. So this is how you use it. You say app.use body parser.url encoded, and then you have the extended function. Okay, and also the JSON we can use over here, that helps. Okay, so make sure you paste this after you have defined your app over here, right? Because your app variable is defined over here, and then your app is using your body parser.url encoded, right? Because if you paste this above your app, then it won't work because it won't have this access to this constant up there, right? So yeah, so this is it for our body parser. Now if you want to see how you can run this in your browser, then let's use the get method over here, and then this is our home, and we pass a function, and our get and post everything takes request and response parameters over here, and here we can say res dot send, and we say a hello world over here. We save this. Now it says that our port is listening, that our server is listening on port 4000, right? So what you can do is, here you can go to your local host 4000, and you get this message over here, hello world. If you guys are not able to see it, then here it is. Okay, we get our message that we just wrote over here. Okay, if you want to see, then let's just write something else also. Let's say a hey over here, and you refresh. Okay, so you get your hello world. I used the wrong thing for concatenation, that's the reason it was showing an error. So we save this and we refresh, so we get hello world, and we get our hey printed on the screen. So it is as simple as this, setting up your basic Express server. Okay, so let's look at the steps that we went through one by one. First, we went to the official website of Node, and then downloaded Node from over there, and then we set up an environment variable so that we can use Node from anywhere on our computer. Then the third thing we did was we created a folder, we opened it in VS Code, and the terminal we started with npm init. Okay, and that led to creation of a file that was package.json, and then inside that file you had the basic data, right? And then we installed our dependencies, that was Express, the main dependency. That is actually the entire package that we'll be working with. So yeah, we download Express, and then we downloaded nodemon, so that as we save, our server gets refreshed by its own, and we don't have to manually go and just exit the server and then again start it. So yeah, that makes our work easy. And then we required the body parser package that is used to parse our data, and then we set up our port on 4000 or 3000, and then we listen on the port, okay, on that port number, and then we wrote our first route, that was app.get, and then this sends back data to the browser. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys understood how you can set up a basic Express server. It is very simple. You just need to practice it once or twice, and you'll be good to go. And always remember, you don't need to mug up or learn things while coding. You have Google out there, you can just Google things. You just need to understand how things actually work. There's everything out there on Google. So the only thing is understand how things are working, and you will be good to go. So yeah, you have the official npm website where you have information about all the packages available, and also you have GitHub. There also you have all the information of all the npm packages, so you can also refer that, right? So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and keep up your good work. You'll for sure reach where you want if you just keep going and be consistent with your work. So yeah, thank you so much, and that's it for today. Let's meet in the next video. Until then, bye guys.